turning 29 next week, and I've been doing a lot of self-reflection leading up to the birthday, where I am right now, where I thought I would be, where I imagined I would be. I want to share the lessons that I've learned so far on the journey that is called life. I do just want to say a disclaimer that these are the lessons that I've learned so far in life. I'm not saying that they are 100% true and I may not change later on. That's one of the things that I've also learned, is that things change. My beliefs change, how I act change, how I view things change, and it's a moment to pause, to reflect, and maybe in a week or in a year or in 20 years I will be feeling another type of way. Take what resonates with you. First one, everything is not black and white. When you're growing up, you perceive the world in very drastic colors. You're either friends or you're not friends. You either like it or you don't like it. And as I'm maturing, I'm realizing that that's actually not the case. There is a huge gray area, and through therapy, I've realized that I can feel all the different things at once. So that mix of conflicting things actually is very normal. I think I'm calling it conflicting because I wasn't supposed to think of them in a united manner. Growing up, I always thought that it needs to be one way. I need to make one choice and stick to it. If it's a career, then I need to go up my corporate ladder. Black and white thinking is a very scarce mindset because it makes you feel like you can only choose one thing. At least that's what it made me feel. I always thought I can only be this or that I need to choose one thing and stick to it. If it's a career, then I'm choosing a career, one company, and we're growing in that company. The reality turned out to be a little bit different. I can feel the conflict inside of me, can be undecided about something, I can be unsure, I can feel polar opposite emotions. I choose career in one thing and I can also do something else on the side. Fascinating how your mindset just expands when you are letting this gray area be in your life, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but it's still something that I'm trying to fully grasp and accept and recognize, because I sometimes find it so much easier to stick to the polar sides. You either hate the person or the love person, and that's it. While life is so much more complex and deep and just fascinating. Most of your dreams come from your childhood. I know. Wow, what a revelation. But just bear with me for a second. In my early 20s, when I would read, think about who you would want to be as a child. As a child, I wanted to be so many different things. I wanted to be a doctor, I wanted to be a tourist agent, I wanted to be a criminal detective, I wanted to be a Barbie and do nothing. What else? To be a dentist, so different doctor, but different, I would say. There are so many different things that you just want to be as a child. So you're asking yourself, what is it that I want to do in life? Think about your childhood and who you wanted to be. Which one? Which one of 5? Oh, I forgot. This thing is that I'm still going back to the things that I really wanted to do as a child. I really wanted to be a crime detective. I am now an internal auditor. Yes, I'm not investigating crimes, but technically I'm investigating the processes in the company to verify whether or not they're operating effectively. And that kind of sounds like a crime detective piece. I really wanted to be a model, and I am trying to develop my social media. Yes, I'm not actually walking the runway, and I really want to walk on the runway one day, but it's kind of that aspect as well. I wanted to be a tour agent because I really wanted to travel, and now I have a job that allows me to travel. So honestly, when you feel stuck in your life, when you're questioning yourself, what is it that I want to do? Just start small. Ask yourself, what is it that I wanted to be as a child? And yes, a part of it was being a doctor. I don't want to do anything doctor related, I would say, but you never know. I'm just 29 next week. And maybe that will change, or maybe my job and career aspects and aspirations would change into something doctor related, something that I really wanted to do. Not just ask yourself, who did I want to become when I was a child, but why? What was it in that particular profession, something that was captivating. Not that I really wanted to be selling tours, but I just really like the traveling aspect. So then how can you integrate that aspect in your life rather than going and switching your career 180? You will be scared every step of the way. To be completely honest, I'm still waiting for the time when I will stop being a chicken, when I'm going outside of my comfort zone, when I am shooting a video, posting something more, sharing something more personal, presenting to higher ups at work, or having a very honest and uncomfortable conversation with my friend. No matter what I do, every single time when it's something that I've never done before, I'm terrified. I forget how to breathe, like how I am right now. I get really anxious, I worry, and I'm a warrior. I think of all the negative things that will happen until I think of the positive ones. So going through those experiences, they're not stopping. It just gets normal. You feel like it will always be there. It feels like you would always be overcoming something, and it will require you to overcome something, of course, because you're doing something you've never done before. There's shame, there is maybe guilt, maybe there is fear that is just contracting your whole body and making you go into the flight or fight response. I'm still in the process of accepting this fact, but one thing that I've realized that you would always feel scared when you're doing something that is new to you. So take up all the courage, think of all the different things you've done in the past, and just make the first step. Even if it's the smallest step you've ever taken, just push it a little bit further, just a nudge. And you will realize that after you've overcome that, then there will be another one. Then you'll have to just push yourself again and just be your biggest supporter through this experience, because yes, it's terrifying, but you're also there for yourself through that process. You will always be behind someone. Unfortunately, I'm a very self-critical person, and it's something that I'm still working through. We live in the world where we compare ourselves to everything and everyone. Before, I feel like we had actors, we had models, you would be looking at Cosmopolitan or some magazines. Well, right now you open up Instagram and you literally see the perfect life that everybody's living through reels, through social media, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, anything, even Facebook. And it is very daunting, because you immediately fall into this loop of comparison that you're worse than somebody or you're better than somebody. One actually very interesting thought that I heard a week ago watching one of the Russians influencers when they say you have to compare yourself to what you have been before, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, etc. As long as you're better than that person, well, depending on your phase in life right now, you may not be looking as good as you did 3 years ago, a year ago, or feeling as great as you were 5 years ago. And that can also create these conflicting thoughts and feeling like you are behind and that you completely failed in life. I'm learning how to tell myself to accept that I will always be behind somebody, maybe not everybody, but I would always be behind somebody. And so what? If I lose this game called life, then what happens? Can I finally do the things that I want? Can I finally let go of this pressure? I'm not there. I'm in the process of getting there, but that's the pep talk that I'm giving myself, or trying to give myself when I have those thoughts. And it makes me feel relieved. Relieved when I accept that I am behind. Start saving as soon as you can. This is a skill that once you have mastered it, and I think I have, to a certain extent, it will just make your life so much easier. I'm now on the quest to learn more about investments and how to actually utilize my savings and apply it and grow with compound interest rather than just keep saving, but start saving as soon as you can. I cannot even describe how seamless this process is right now, and let me know in the comments if you want to hear more about this topic. But if you automate this And if you figure out the easiest way for you to save money, even if it's 5%, 10%, 20%, however much you can accommodate, but just start automating these payments into a separate bank account. If you're in Canada, you could take advantage of RSP, First Home Savings Account, if you're interested in that, or TFSA as well. But just start doing that. And the sooner you start doing that, multiplying with investments, which I'm learning now too, it will just set you up so much for your future, and it will make your life so much easier as you are approaching retirement. Moving to the next one that I had to learn the hard way, prioritizing health. And that includes sleeping, nutrition, and physical activity. I've personally gone through years where I would gain 10 kilos and the next year I would lose 10 kilos. Then I would gain 10 kilos again, then I would lose 10 kilos again. There would be times where I was working so much that my sleep schedule was messed up and I was sleeping 4 or 5 hours a day just because I was working so much. High stress, high anxiety. No wonder I have so much gray hairs now. I hope it's genetics and not the stress, but I do think that it's a factor that has contributed to it. And at a certain point during COVID, my back just gave in. When I was in high school, I got lower back problems. In COVID, I started having shoulder pain and it has destroyed me. I had the lowest energy ever. There was a point where for 4 weeks I was off, and the only thing that I had energy for is to go outside in the morning, and then for the rest of the day I was just laying in bed being exhausted. When you have those experiences, you kind of don't want to end up in those again. And after going through burnout, weight gains, weight losses, and all of these crazy jumps, I started to really focus and drill on my physical activity, gym, some sort of workout. I've tried a whole bunch of things, yoga, strength. Now I'm obsessed with dancing, for example. And I honestly just want to say, choose the workout that you like. It's very hard to force yourself doing something and learning a new habit and getting into physical activity when you're actually not enjoying it. I started going gym and working out because it was COVID. It was the only thing I could do. And now I love it because I know what it is giving me. But for me now, it's very easy to start going to the gym after a break. When you're just starting out, just choose something you really want to do. And that's it. And then it will be just a little bit easier. With nutrition, very similar thing. I taught myself to like salads. If you ask me whether or not I'm enjoying a salad, I don't think I would be able to answer actually. But psychologically, when I'm eating a salad, I'm actually feeling better. I don't know what this is. I don't want to question this. I'm guarding my sleep like a hawk. I need 8 to 9 hours of sleep every day, and I make sure that I'm getting that because otherwise my whole day gets affected. So prioritizing health is crucial, especially as you get older. And I feel like it's just not gonna get any better anytime soon. And finally, do more things you love. When I was at the university, I was so focused on my career. And to be fair, I am an immigrant. I came to Canada when I was 17 years old, a baby. I came by myself. I was thrown into a completely different environment. And all of my worries and my stress has been, how do I stay in Canada? The immigration journey takes a toll on you, especially when you are this young and you just don't have enough confidence in yourself. You don't have enough confidence in your abilities. And I was just so stressed out trying to look for a job. I was grasping to every opportunity I could get, job-wise, career-wise, etc. I was just always worried and looking for the next step. I think I was only able to relax 2 years ago when I got my Canadian citizenship. That's almost 9 years, I don't remember, but around 10 years, you can round that number, that I was living with this stress and anxiety, and my focus has been immigration. It's a lot. And I feel like a lot of time I didn't think about industry I actually love. I think now starting to learn that, trying new hobbies or go back to the existing ones, and learning that life is not about achieving a goal or achieving the next goal or much else. It's a journey, and in order to do it in a long run and keep going towards your goals, you need to be having a life, You need to be enjoying it. If I could go back to myself when I was in university or when I was experiencing burnout, I would just tell myself, find something small that you enjoy and do it. If it's reading books, if it's going out for a walk, if it's cross-stitching. I actually do some cross-stitching. And one of the things that I've discovered actually recently was diamond bedazzling. Do you know paint by number? So it's the same thing, it's just diamond bedazzling by number. I'll include a photo. It is honestly incredible. And you can get it very cheap off Amazon. Love it. I would recommend. So explore more, and it just makes a world difference. It makes you enjoy your life more. And for me, I realized that my life is not just about career or about immigration. My life is about life. And yes, I'm turning 29 and it's terrifying and I'm so scared, but it's also just the beginning. I'm finally trying to figure out what is it that I want to do. What do I like to do? What do I like to do now? Has it changed? And this process is absolutely beautiful. Now I want to ask you, what are the lessons that you have learned in life so far that you would want to share? And I would love to read in the comments the things that you enjoy in life. And if anything has resonated with you from this video, I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.